What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a very, very special episode of Talking Whiskey. We are your hosts. I am Josh Daniels.
And I'm Colten Bingham. Let's drink some whiskey.
Hey, let's do it. Hit that intro. All right, Colten. As you can see, we are not in the Talking Whiskey studios. We are at our Graceland. This is downtown Chattanooga at the Chattanooga Whiskey Distillery. All right, Tim, so you took us to 1816 Reserve.
Yep.
Amazing whiskey. I definitely recommend that to anybody.
Appreciate it.
1816 cask. If you got a special occasion like it's Friday or Thursday or whatever, 1816 cask, you will not go wrong. I don't know how many times in a liquor store the conversation starts. And we always steer them to either cask or reserve depending on their price point.
Yep.
Who we're talking to.
And what they're wanting out of it.
Oh, yeah.
This is your everyday, this is your, okay, it's time to drink some bourbon.
So, well, what next? What do we have on the barrel head here?
All right, next up is Experimental Batch 004. It's a Scottish style high malt. And we have to say Scottish style because it actually technically is still a bourbon, A. B, can't make Scotch in America.
Yeah.
So,
technically.
So we call it Scottish style high malt, which this is a super unique, super unique bourbon right here because it's got peated malt in it, just like the Scotch has peat malt in it, and it was finished in Isle of Scotch barrels.
Wow!
So,
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's big. That's big. I've never heard of that.
So so this is it really is super unique, like all of our experimentals, and that's the point, right? I mean, we've done hundreds of barrels out of the experimental distillery. They're all different. They're all usually more than 4 grains, high in malt, malt forward. Again, Tennessee high malt. It's all in that picture.
Sure.
And so here we are with a Scottish style high malt. And we actually, if you ever pick up a bottle of experimental, they rarely make it outside of the experimental distillery because we can only make approximately 50 barrels of whiskey a year out of the experimental distillery.
Wow.
Which doesn't equate to a lot of bottles. It's about 2,500 cases, 6-pack cases a year.
Yep. Worth it. Absolutely.
So this is our highest price point item. Okay, so experimentals are $80 a bottle, and we put way more into the barrels from a cost perspective. So, anyways, we've got corn, peated malt, honey malt, and golden naked oats here.
Naked. You had me a naked.
Then this pour is for you, sir.
All right.
So let's dive in.
Hey guys, if you're traveling, anytime you walk into the experimental distillery, they may not have 4, they may not have 6, but they will have something experimental to try. There's always something on the shelf. It's just whatever they haven't sold.
Absolutely, man.
It's a great place to go. It's a great place to go.
I'm glad you brought that up because over the last 12 months, we've released 10 experimental batches, and of those 10 experimental batches, batch 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 have all sold out. 4 was one of our largest batches, which is why it hasn't sold out yet.
Okay.
And so these things, when they sell out,
but it's rare.
They're gone.
They're gone. Yes.
They're gone.
Never come back.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that's super cool is when you talk about exclusivity, limited, it's rare. Like this is the rarest of the rare because we make a recipe. We release it. It's usually just a couple of barrels, so the closest thing to a single barrel. And so it's why we call it the experimental single batch series. is it's super small batches made at the experimental distillery, and when they are gone, they're gone, never to be repeated again.
Forever.
So,
it's priceless.
Yeah.
I mean, Pappy comes out every November, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
that's a great point.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It still comes out. They're just people just neck bearding it because they can.
Yeah, I mean 1, 2, and 3 gone. We have it. Talking Whiskey has it.
We have.
We have a couple bottles actually.
What I like to tell people is take a bottle of experimental to your braggy bourbon friends and tell them that they don't have it in their bourbon cabinet, because the odds are that the majority of stuff in their bourbon cabinet, it's all the same. A lot of great stuff out there, but there is nothing like Chattanooga Whiskey Experimental Distillery.
Right.
That is true.
Yeah.
If you're looking for something to shake it up and change your palate, try something new other than the same overpriced anything. Check these guys out.
Seriously. So what's this smell I'm smelling? This is different. This tastes like
So
rye.
actually what you get right off the bat is if you get a campfire smell, that is the peat, right? So what they did is
that's the peat.
they took malted barley, so they steeped it in water, it began to sprout, so opened up those flavors. They air dry it on the floor at about 50% humidity, and then they shovel it into a kiln, and which the kilning process, so at 120 plus degrees, and depending on the temperature and the time that they kiln it, that develops additional flavors out of the grain. But in this process, they took peat moss and they put it in the kiln. It smoked. They smoked it, right? So that's how you get a peated malt barley that we're using here. So
that is awesome.
And then it's finished in Isle of Scotch barrels to even enhance that even more. But you get what's different about this, what's so fun about batch 4 is one of my favorites, because it is a bourbon. So you like the sweetness of a bourbon. Most people are like, they like the sweetness of a bourbon, and they may not like the maltiness of a scotch, right? Or they may not like the peatiness of a scotch.
This guy, the peatiness, the tasting like moss.
Yeah.
I can't do scotch because of it.
Yep.
So maybe, just maybe, this opens up your horizons a little bit, because you get the sweetness of a bourbon, and it introduces a little bit of that scotch flavor into.
Let's see.
I'm just gonna
Let's
stand
see
back
what
here
this
and
can
drink.
do.
While you
Okay.
guys figure out.
Yeah.
All right, well, cheers.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers. Let's do it.
Oh, that's good.
Man,
Okay, so
I can do that.
It does have that Scotch note in the back.
Yeah,
but
campfire.
Campfire. But
Campfire.
it's not hit you in the face Scotch.
Green
it's not.
woods.
Yeah.
You know that is a Tennessee Isle of Scotch high. I mean that seriously that is
Hey, you guys can describe it however you want. I gotta watch what I say, but So it is. Again, I love the fact that it's like a sweeter style of Scotch.
It's
really
sweet.
cool.
It's real sweet,
and
it's earthy, but it doesn't taste like dirt.
It comes on nice and easy. But it does have those notes that a traditional Scotch would have, just not a really in your face, and it does have that Tennessee whiskey.
And it's weird because it's kind of light coming on.
Yeah.
But you still got a good mouthfeel. Said it again. Woo. And tons of flavor. There's so much happening. There's so much happening in here.
That's the mouthfeel.
You know what? But think about this. You guys are saying that it's easy to drink. You're saying it's light coming on. This is 102 proof straight bourbon whiskey, right?
That's 102
It's 102 proof straight
That is a
bourbon
really
whiskey.
good point.
And what this is a testament to is that great whiskey comes from making great beer first, right? Like, we put the time and energy and focus on the quality of making great beer before it is distilled into whiskey. And that's why this is less than a 2.5-year-old product. So
that's insane.
The fact that like you have something that's a little over 2 years old that is 102 proof and is a Scotch style, which like you know Scotch isn't even your thing, but that's because we put so much time and energy into making great beer, and I really think it is it's coming out into great whiskey.
You put so much time and love into it. I mean, honestly, I would buy that. I would buy that any day. I mean, cheers to you and to to your team. That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
That's
Appreciate
awesome,
it.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times in our lives?
Dude, I mean, do you end up wrestling on the golf course all the time?
How many times?
We got
Apparently I didn't. I blacked out.
Blacked out.
That's another part
That's a good idea. Oh, it hurts so bad. I just want to drink.
What was that?
Yeah, exactly.
Dinner for schmucks.
It's not the whiskey, guys. It's the pain is so
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Get him to leave you alone. You just act dead. All right, so okay. Yeah, man. I mean that number 4, that is dynamite. That is awesome.
You
and
broke
I
it.
just ripped it.
You broke it.
You can't have anything nice.
He's got plenty.
But I mean, seriously though, this is awesome, dude. This will definitely turn me on to a Scottish style high malt. I mean, this is really nice.
I'm gonna start looking for stuff. Like I'm gonna go.
You like Scottish style high malt? Batch 4.
I'm going to start looking for this. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
If that was Scotch, I would drink it every day.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
awesome, man.
Maybe
Great.
Scotch should step up their game.
Maybe. Oh shit! Did he just say that?
Oh.
Did we put that on the internet?
Hey, leave a comment in the comment section below. All comments are appreciated. We appreciate it. And thumbs up, thumbs down, it don't matter. Thumbs up, thumbs down, great. So, okay, Tim, okay, man, yeah, number 4, dynamite, awesome, love it, love it. So what we got here? We got number 9?
Yeah, man. So batch 9 just came out here about a month ago. This is called Tennessee Double Malt. And to my knowledge, it's the only bourbon whiskey that is not just a majority corn, because it has to be bourbon whiskey.
Right.
But it's also a majority of malt, which means that some of the corn was malted, was floor malted.
That's new.
So there's, maltsters do a lot of cool stuff with grain. There's a lot of beautiful malted grain out there, but corn is usually not one of them.
No.
It's actually it's a grain that's a lot more difficult to malt. But our maltsters were up for the task, and here we have Tennessee Double Malt. It actually has 7 grains in it. One of the cool things about Tennessee Double Malt, other than the fact that it's a majority of corn and a majority of malt, is that it has 2 different types of malted wheat and 2 different types of malted rye. And usually you have your wheat bourbons and your rye bourbons, but in this case, we've got both malted wheat and malted rye in there. So
it's everything a bourbon drinker, whiskey drinker in general.
Tony from Not So Secret Speakeasy, man's a big wheated bourbon fan. So,
love you, Tony.
Yeah, yeah, man. He would love this. He would love this.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite experimentals because it is just so damn complex, and it actually is. It's got a pretty decent level of sweetness to it, even though I don't prefer super sweet bourbons. So one thing about malted or malt forward bourbons is that they're actually not as sweet as traditional bourbons typically. The malt creates depth that actually dials down the sweetness and creates it's more complex, but even though you have more raisin, honey, caramel notes, they're darker notes. They're not kind of like the lighter sweet notes. They're the kind of the darker roasty toasty notes.
Oh
nice.
Yeah.
And that's something that we love about our experimental bourbons.
You have me at roasty toasty.
Yeah. So dude, who doesn't love roasty
Raisin,
toasty, man? So
caramel
and
sweetness that's not too sweet, because who wants to drink candy? Moonshine drinkers want to drink candy.
I just like the way he talks dirty.
I do.
Toasty,
I love
roasty,
this.
malted.
Toasty,
Oh, yeah,
roasty,
man, this guy.
raisins.
Since I got
Let's get it in, man.
Just fired up. Let's go.
Yeah, that was great, man. That is really good. That does have a little bit more of an earthy taste to it than the other ones I've tasted.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's really good.
Yeah, I mean, and that's experimental, right? I mean, they're all very, very different from one another.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, I mean, go for it.
Well, I mean,
Go gadget whiskey.
I'm gonna keep go in your belly.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
so I really, it's very different than obviously batch 4. So
This is your favorite, you said, right?
I would say it's one of my favorites. Batch 9, batch 4 is one of my favorites. Batch 5, which we sold out of, was the wheated high malt. And which is cool because it was malted wheat.
We like weeded bourbon.
Wow, that's batch 5.
That was batch 5.
Five was the weeded.
Okay, so stay tuned.
They're coming, guys. Someday we're going to do this, and this guy may be involved. We got to.
1 through 10.3.
Yeah,
we have to do that.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be terrible.
We may be videoing ourselves on the floor.
It may.
Oh yeah. No, this is going to be. The Uber drivers won't even pick us up after.
Hey, you know what? You know what? We don't spit. Nope.
That's good to know.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
good to
that's
know.
great.
Good to know. Yeah.
No.
$1. Yeah. So we do these shows. I mean, we drink through these shows.
$1.
$1. So yeah, I mean, we're going to we have to do the 1 through 10.3, and we need to do it now before they come out with
I'm
more.
just impressed that you know that it's 10.3.
The price.
We'll drink it together, and it'll make it. We'll decrease the value significantly.
Oh,
exactly.
No.
Yes. Hey, if we get it's all good.
Nothing would decrease the value.
That can't do it. It's still there.
It's awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's great, man. It's well worth the price. If you guys can get a hold of somebody and you can get experimental batch number 1, I mean, good on you. Good for you. You probably can get I'm sure you can get Pappy. Any variety of Pappy. Easier than you can get batch number 1.
That's probably true.
Right.
That's cool.
It is totally
right
true. It just messes with the camera. It can't handle it.
Okay. So all right, Tim, we tasted the 4, we tasted the reserve, we tasted the cask. When we were fortunate enough to taste the 9, and I mean, I got to tell you, man, I am blown away. I love it. I mean, as I've been saying this whole show, the reserve, that is home. That to me, that tastes like coming home from a long absence.
That's whiskey, man. That's what I drink.
And cask is to me that is your special occasion bourbon. That's going to be hey, this is great whiskey snob.
But not
bourbon.
too special though.
Well, it's not unattainable
because the price separates it from that $80 and $100 bottle where I would put this any day.
Absolutely. Yeah, this beats the snot out of any $120, $150 bottle I've had. Yeah, absolutely. No kidding, man. And of course, the 4 is amazing. I mean, this has turned me on to Scotch. My wife, our wonderful, lovely, beautiful producer, she actually likes Scotch. And so that's great. This has turned me on to Scotch, and I will definitely be testing more out.
That's right.
And great, man. I appreciate this.
I'm looking for something like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we got number 9. And number 9 has quickly become one of my favorite. And I agree with Tim. That is pinnacle. The pinnacle of whiskey. The pinnacle of whiskey to me personally is right here on this barrelhead.
It is. It's something for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not unattainable.
Scotch whiskey. Bourbon whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, quit putting labels on it. Drink what you like, guys.
That's true.
Yeah. Drink what you like.
Drink what you like.
Yeah, I've said it better, man. I'm tearing up, actually.
Hey, come on now. These guys are moving the whiskey business forward.
There you go. Yeah, Chattanooga Whiskey's raising the bar.
This is exactly what I'm paying you guys the big bucks for.
No.
If you're getting paid the big bucks, those cameras would be 10
Well,
years old.
if you're paying, I need another shot.
All right. So Tim, I've had a lot of your really awesome whiskey. So I may not be in the greatest position to wrap this show up. So I'm going to hand it over to you. You tell our viewers whatever you want to tell them, and we'll go from there.
Well, first of all, I want to appreciate talking whiskey here. So you guys, this is the way that here. Let's make this official. Thank you. All right.
Yeah. We're good.
No, seriously, we have this slogan, "Whiskey to the people." And the reason we say whiskey to the people is that we would not be here if it weren't for the power of the people behind us. And so, anybody that is a fan of ours, we consider a friend. Even if you're not a fan of ours, there's an opportunity to become a friend, right? So, I just appreciate what you guys are doing. I'm actually I love how down to earth you guys are, and not. Not super pretentious.
Well, we didn't break a Glencairn in your.
Yeah, right. I'm happy to be able to, invite you guys into our home and check out a little bit about what we're doing. I would encourage you to take a tour of the experimental distillery tours. It's
Definitely.
super small, but really impactful.
Yeah.
And our employees are over there are amazing,
Yes.
amazing
Yes.
tour guides, the bartenders, and
Yes.
we're just super passionate about what we do. And so take a tour of the experimental distillery across from the Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Yes.
Open 7 days a week. We do tours every hour on the hour. Follow us on, I'd say number one, follow us on Instagram. That's at Chat Whiskey, CHATT Whiskey. And then Twitter is at Chat Whiskey as well. And then Facebook is Chattanooga Whiskey.
Yep, absolutely.
If you want to join our newsletter, we do some, we obviously send out some newsletters from time to time. So get on our website and you can join our newsletter down at the bottom. And we have more experimentals coming out in the future. We'll always do experimental bourbons. And then in the next year, we've got some super exciting stuff. We got a big festival that's coming up in early November that we're going to be announcing. It might involve all the breweries in town and how we work with them. And these guys are going to be here drinking. I know it. I can feel it already.
Yeah, we're going to be drinking. We're going to be drinking.
If we got to sneak in, we'll sneak in.
So yeah, man. I just, I'm really. It's my pleasure to have you guys here, and hope everybody gets to enjoy a little bit of Chattanooga whiskey in their life sometime soon.
Absolutely, it's our pleasure. We are honored to be here. This has been a dream of ours since episode number 1.
Yeah. Awesome.
We started out with Chattanooga Reserve and Larceny.
Yeah.
That's our very first episode, Chattanooga Larceny, and the reason we do Talking Whiskey is because of Chattanooga Whiskey.
That's so cool.
If you like what you see, hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more, please hit that subscribe button, and all the comments are welcome in the comment section below. Check us out on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. Check out Chat Whiskey on Twitter. Check out Chat Whiskey on Instagram, and check out Chattanooga Whiskey on Facebook and Chattanooga Whiskey Experimental Distillery. Also on Facebook, we follow them. Actually, they've used some of our content, some of our pictures. So that is like super cool. I mean, that was a rush when we got that email that they were using some of our stuff. I mean, that was great, man. And we really appreciate them. And Tim, man, thank you.
Oh, thank you guys.
We really appreciate you.
From the bottom of our hearts,
Absolutely.
Tim, this has been great. We've had a blast here today, seeing what Chattanooga whiskey is really all about. From the top all the way to the bottom.
Absolutely. We really appreciate it, guys. Check them out. Check them out any way you can. We recommend them to anybody and everybody. So until next week, peace.